Some facts about drinking alcohol that you may not be aware of from our most recent July Gallup Social Series survey. First of all, what percent of Americans would you say drink alcohol or are total abstainers, as our question phrases it? Well, if you guessed about 2/3, you would be right. In our most recent survey, 64% of American adults say that they have occasion to use beer, wine, or liquor, as opposed to being a total abstainer. That number goes up and down from year to year, but basically it's been fairly constant over the last several years at about this rate. Second question, when do people drink? Well, this would come as no great shock, but one of our Gallup associates, Lydia Saad, put together our surveys for a number of years where we said, have you had a drink in the last 24 hours? Then she looked at the day of week, and lo and behold, she discovered that people interviewed on Sunday are most likely to say they've had a drink of alcohol in the last 24 hours, which would mean Saturday. In fact, 44% of drinkers say they had a drink within the last 24 hours when we interviewed them on Sunday. The next highest day was Saturday. The lowest day of the week is those individuals that we interviewed on Tuesday. Only 27% said they've had a drink within the last 24 hours, suggesting Monday is probably the least frequent drinking day of the week. Next point, what do Americans drink most of? Wine, beer, or hard liquor? Look at the graph in front of you. It is beer. Beer generally wins in this three-part question every time we've asked it, although in more recent years, over the last decade or so, wine has come up to be closer than beer, but beer still wins, as you can see in front of you there. Liquor is dead last. Demographic differences. Young people, significantly more likely to drink beer than the other two choices. As you get older, you are significantly more likely to tell us that you drink wine. Wine is an older drink, beer is a younger drink. Men and women, well, if you've watched football games whose audience is primarily men, you wouldn't be shocked to realize with all the beer commercials that men are much more likely to say they prefer beer as their choice rather than women who fairly strongly prefer wine. An interesting fact here by education, postgraduates, that is those who have education beyond college, are significantly the most likely to drink wine, prefer that over beer. Yet as you go down in education, preference for wine drops and drops and drops. Look at that. Among Americans with a high school degree or less, only 15% say they prefer wine. They overwhelmingly prefer beer as their beverage of choice. That's our update on drinking for you. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.